Yes! Yes, look what it is! Look what it is! What? What? This is insane! And it's another day down in the lowlands, and we're here eating some pisang sabah, which the grandma at the homestay here always cooks up for us every day, and it does not go underappreciated. The second pisang goreng is on the menu. We are flooding down, whether it's right before dinner or right after. And for once, the weather actually looks quite decent this morning. Obviously, usually it clouds over as the day goes on, but we've been waiting for a warm day for a while. So let's take care of our usual business, and we'll see how this unfolds tonight. All right, time to begin our second night of the trip at Lupa Maza. After we took a break yesterday, obviously, you guys would have seen that video a week ago. An absolute banger, for sure. And with our final 3 days here in Borneo, we're gonna try and turn up some more good stuff. That's the plan. I need to clean my lens a little bit, hold on. Okay, oh, that didn't do much. Too much cut on the lens. No way, man, nah, not 2 nights in a row. Surely not. Cray! Nah. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be freaking kidding me. Just crossing the path by the campsite. A freaking young one with a reddish orange head. Oh my God. I am in disbelief. This is insane. Look what's on the
That one is even more vibrant than the one.
Yeah, like 10 times more vibrant.
Perfect.
Look. The blue paste is back for round 2.
You were walking
Guys,
down this
we
way.
just doubled up back to back nights. The last snake we saw as a group was a Baloensis, and the first snake we see the next day is another one. And this is like a crazy vibrant juvenile. Do you mind turning your lights off? Don't tell them, don't tell the other group. And that's it. We found one Baloensis, and the heavens have officially opened, and we're all trapped in a hut. We're admiring some sunbeam snake that the other guys caught last night. I'll show that in a minute, and then we'll see if we can wrestle up some more snakes. All right, we set this baby up inside here now, and we can get like such a nice look at it. Just the colors on this are ridiculous. Obviously, after seeing the last Baloensis and comparing, you can just see how ridiculously vibrant it is. And it even has like this random red blotches in the middle of the screen right now on the body. So much red. I feel like it goes so far up the body, and of course the head is that insane orange. So incredibly nice. Like, this snake is just unreal. This is undoubtedly like the most clouted, most awesome snake, and I'm so happy we got to find one tonight, and I could film like when we found it and then film now. Just soak up this incredible animal. Just so ridiculously beautiful and so cute as well. And these have such a tendency just to hide their head the whole time. We waited so long for it to show its face, and finally it's doing it and just sitting still, and we can all get a really great look. That is absolutely fantastic. So soak it in, enjoy every detail of this incredible animal, because this time, I mean it, we might actually not see one of these again for a long time, and we're probably going to find one later tonight or tomorrow. So our friend Adam is herping around here at the same time as us, and earlier he caught a snake which we've never shown on the channel before, and this is only the second time ever seeing this species before. This is a Rhabdophis conspiculatus, I think it's like orange-bellied keelback or something like that, right? And yeah, it's a really rare and extremely uncooperative species. You can find this in actually Peninsular Malaysia and even parts of southern Thailand, but it is so rare in those areas. And I certainly have never seen it there. I've seen it in Borneo once before in 2014. So that's a long freaking time ago, 11 years ago. And you can kind of see why it's called the orange-bellied keelback there. It's probably a rear fang species, but I doubt it has any venom that can affect humans. And it's also so hard to photograph and film. Like, it just moves the whole time, constantly. Look at it. But I love those yellow patterns there, and this is a great addition to an already very exciting night. All right, Adam also found this really beautiful white-fronted keelback, which is a species we've shown last year, but this is the first one to show itself in this streak of Borneo trips we've been doing over this kind of winter period. And it's absolutely huge. I know obviously in my hand it won't look big at all, but this is massive for the species. And this is definitely one of the cooler like Natracines in Borneo. Really unique fast-flowing, rapids-dwelling, waterfall-dwelling keelback, which looks like it's got something wrong with its face. Looks like it's half of its nose is missing because of that white snout from which it gets its name. Adam just caught this one sleeping above one of the streams, which is probably the most common way to find them at night, even though it's still rare. Like, obviously we haven't seen one of these in the videos in ages, and that's because they're not common whatsoever. So this is a great find here, and he's being very uncooperative, just like the other keelback, so we're gonna let him go. But absolutely beautiful snake. Well, the rain ate up our entire night here. We just did some photography undercover, but you can see how much water came down. It's ridiculous. Like, there might very well be a short python or something waiting for us on our way back or on the road, because that heavy rain must have brought out something, you know? We've got to leave right now because we can only stay in here for as long as the guides are here. But we'll see what else we can rustle up. Hey, I was right. We did get a snake on the way out. This beng literally just ate a lizard in front of these guys. Unfortunately, I was slow because I was packing up a load of stuff at the camp, so I missed it. But like, check out the size of this food bolus this guy's got going on. Look at that. And you can really make out the pink bands on this one when they're like that. I haven't seen a beng here in so long. Obviously, I knew they were in the area. You see pictures from here quite a lot, but that's freaking cool. Big adult beng, very, very distinct with that Benculoensis ventrum pattern and head. But what lizard was it?
Oh, we were late too. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
When I got here, all you could see was its tail.
So nobody saw the actual lizard? Wow, look at those orange like stripes this one has at the dorsum by the head.
Smaller beng head is in comparison to Thailand in proportion to
Yeah, this one is got a dinky head. But it's very similar otherwise, but the head of this one is like got some, you know, those kind of like shrunken head, like tribal things we were talking about, Stefan. Do you remember that? Yeah. So this has got the same thing going on. And yeah, nice that we could bend this down. He was tempted to climb onto me for a second. Oh, here we go again.
Keep it down.
Yeah, one sec. All right, I'm gonna let David film some clips now, but here's just a nice close-up of the head of this awesome cat snake. Boiga species. Fuck. Yeah, truncation occurred. I got stung by a hornet. You can see that's a night hornet, not just anyone, while I was trying to hold this for David to film. So major truncation there, but nice snake. All right, this one actually chilled out a lot, and I was able to get this one in hand, and you can really see it a lot better here because obviously the position was terrible, and you can see my night hornet sting, which is the last thing I needed this night, beginning to swell up. There's like zero chance of this regurging its food, this one. It's very much just chilling, not defensive at all, just kind of treating us like we're plants. And we're gonna set him back where he came from in this shrub here. Another species moving on the way out. Max just spotted this male Subannulatus, adult male, just cruising around the bushes here. Looking very nice there. Neon green bean just glowing in the bushes. And that's yet another snake tonight, on a night where we did very little herping. We spent maximum an hour and a half actually hiking around and 3 hours just sitting around and taking photos. All right, another night in the lowlands. This is night number 4, and I picked the worst time to film, but we're just getting out for a little sunset cruising. Something we don't do very much in this area, but it was raining quite heavily a minute ago and it's mostly dried up now. So we're gonna see if anything is crossing the road in the twilight hours before we start our hike. Our big targets for the end of this trip, which would make it absolutely unbelievable, would be Bornean blue coral snake. It would be short python, and I can see our friends are stopped on the road over here, and they've definitely caught a live snake. So you're seeing a live encounter with a snake here. I'm filming as we speak already. What have you caught?
Triangle.
Oh!
Let's try and see.
Wait. So, while I was vlogging the intro, we literally drove up on David. Don't let go of it. Don't let go of it. I'm gonna drop it. And was it on the road?
Yeah.
And there we go. The sunset cruise has already paid off.
We thought it was a DOR till the moment I picked it up and it sprung into life.
Here you go. A very strangely colored triangle keelback. It's got a lot of like white patterning throughout the body. But otherwise, it looks like a little bug. And believe it or not, this is the first one of the trip. So we had another species count very early on, and you've got a live little road cruising find as we do what's supposed to be crisscross passes, although we were running a little bit behind these guys. Very nice. Now with this snake in my hand, I can show you a proper look at what this kind of weather is like here. Incredibly thick clouds. This is what it's been like the last couple days. I barely did any filming in the daytime or at sunset, just was way too busy, but you can see why we turned up 2 Kinabalu crates in 24 hours across the last 2 days, because it's just ridiculously insane weather. Wow. When the clouds are this thick and low, it's really good for snake activity. The rain has brought down a huge tree on the road, which means we can't get out, which is fine because we don't want to go out. The good news is it looks like they're already working on it, so I'm optimistic we might be able to get hot water and electricity tonight. But anyway, we're turning around here. Here's a very common lizard, Gonocephalus boringensis. This one's just a female, like pretty much max adult size. Nowhere near the same level as crest as the adults. All right, the first snake of the walk just showed up, and from seeing 0 in these in Borneo, we got 2 on this trip, both a juvenile and now an adult Asphenodipses laevis. Although I must say this individual looks really, really different to the ones I've seen in Thailand, and especially the one juvenile from the other day. This one's got this really, really pale brown coloration, and just like the other slug snake. Oh wow, you're moving faster than slug snakes are supposed to. Come on, buddy. The people want to see. The people want to see the slugger in all its glory. Yes, there he is. What a cool animal. I've got to get my camera out for this. This is only the 3rd one I've ever seen of this species in my life. I don't consider it common whatsoever. In southern Thailand, it's very rare. In Borneo, not so rare, but around here, maybe I've just had bad luck. It's definitely an uncommon species though. Very nice. All right, we're starting to pick up some snakes right after my smooth slug snake. Oh, I haven't got my filming light on. Dasha and Max found this beautiful Jasper cat snake, so we added another species to the count tonight after the triangle keelback. And yeah, this is obviously one of the most clouted and probably the general people's favorite of all the cat snakes in the region. What are you doing? This idiot is trying to bite me and couldn't even get its teeth around me. Look at that. But yeah, it's a lovely sub-adult Jaspidea. First time I've seen it in this particular trail area here. I usually find these in Lupamasa, but here's a beautiful Jasper cat snake, which is obviously one of the cooler snakes we could have found in here tonight out of the ones we see fairly often on our expeditions. Everyone loves these, and they're generally the rarest of the boigas. So that's very, very, very nice. I rarely show these, so I figured why not right now. There's an in situ long-nosed horned frog, looking like a leaf there if we pan out. Fantastic animal. Unfortunately, the rain started quite hard now, so I'm not sure how much more is going to show up. In fact, it was raining much harder a minute ago. It's just eased off a bit, and I've gone into this well-covered area. But I'm optimistic we can get at least one more species before we wrap up tonight. So let's keep grinding. Hey, we turned up another snake despite the rain. As you can see, it's intensifying, and I'm getting soaked here. But I did just find this Dendrolaphus formosus chilling in the bushes. And we got it down just on the edge of the road, which is very, very nice. This is a species we haven't seen on the expedition so far. So we added 3 new, oh God, the rain's getting heavy. I'm going back to the car. I'm getting out of here. You guys have seen Form a million times. Obviously, this level of rain has cut short our walk. So we're gonna cruise around and see if anything is flushed out onto the road. The dream would be a big or small short python, a short python of any size, I should say. But anything else as well. Oh my God, it's raining hard.
I was just running down the street in waves.
Whoa. This is it, guys. The rain we've all been waiting on. There's lightning flashing. We've got 2 cars on the road cruising. Let's see what shows up. Yes! Yes, look what it is! Look what it is! Yes! Yes, look! Look! It's beautiful! Perfect. Let's go, Stefan! Come on, man! Let's go! Perfect. Don't touch it, don't touch it, don't touch it. Because if you touch it, it's going to start freaking out. I want to wait till the other guys get here. I knew it when I saw it on the edge. I was like, oh, and I was thinking, it's not going to be, is it? It's a beautiful little short python. Look at him. Look at his eyes. Oh my God. We literally called it as well. Oh, I'm so hyped. Another showstopper. This has got to be the goated Borneo trip. I'm going to film. The guys are going to come by in their car any minute now. I'm going to make sure I get it on film. Hold on. All right, here they come, here they come. We're gonna hide it behind Stefan. Get these guys to pull over here for a second. Look, here they are. Shy scene alert!
Yo! Hey, it is awesome.
Look at this beautiful baby.
It's awesome. Alright, this is really cool.
All right, we moved this guy into some shelter now, and we're getting absolutely swarmed by flying ants because of the rain. But here you can see this insanely cool snake. Like, the juveniles of these, I swear, they are just so cool. And I don't think I ever filmed me picking it up in the last video at all. I can't remember because it was so chaotic on the road. But this guy is so docile. He's so sweet, which I'm just overjoyed with, because generally I associate Breitensteini with being completely evil, with like biting everything that comes near and flinging Scheissene everywhere they possibly can. But this guy hasn't done not one of those things. He's not done one of those things. And his color in this juvenile stage is just unreal. So much strong patterning. Look at that chubby tail. Look at that head. It's so perfect. It's like the perfect python. The only python I actually like, and I love this one even more because of the fact that it didn't just attack us constantly and just lets us handle it however we want. Like, look, just take a look at his little face before I end this clip. Look at him. His eyes are so active. The way their eyes look, I swear, is so unbelievably cute. They show so much expression, and they'll often do this thing where they look nervously backwards out of their eyes. Incredible snake. What a fantastic find. Exactly what we were hoping for. And on that note, guys, I think it's time to wrap up this night. Me and Stefan are going to drive and meet David and the other guys at the Boss Court, as we call it, get some dinner, because we already got the best possible thing that could be out in this weather. So let's go. Catch you tomorrow. Oh my God. I just stepped out of my room and one of my lifer white whale species is on the floor in front of me. What just happened? Literally, I just opened the door of my room to come out and get some water from the car, and there is an 8-striped kukri snake just sitting on the path outside. What on earth? This is absolutely unreal. Look at that beautiful snake. Look at that beautiful snake. What? 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 No way. Guys, I actually cannot believe this. This has got to be one of the craziest ways I've ever got a lifer. Just stepping outside my room and seeing it on my doorstep. And it's such a beautiful individual. You guys will know that I am just addicted to Oligodon. They're like my favorite snakes, and this one being one of the more beautiful and unique species of Oligodon in the region. It had been a target of mine for so long. I'd looked for them in Singapore, but never had any luck there. Never encountered them in Peninsula Malaysia, and never encountered in Borneo. I don't think I'd ever even seen a single record from this pouring area, and yet it just showed up in front of me, and it's gorgeous. Just such a perfect snake. Like, finding this is just another crazy addition to what's definitely been one of the best, if not the best, expeditions we've ever done. And moreover, it's just an unbelievable way to end our kind of series of Borneo expeditions. You know, the peak season for herping is going to come to a close here. The dry season's really going to set in soon. This is probably the last rainy spell of this part of the year. And I just cannot believe that this came out after it rained all day long. The rain stopped about 30 minutes ago, and this guy's out looking for reptile eggs in the garden. Generally, this species doesn't bite, although it did give me a couple little nips when I first picked it up, which is kind of surprising because everyone told me this was a non-biting kukri. But none of the bites drew any blood, actually, so I'm assuming it has pretty, not as sharp teeth as other ones, and also it's not chewing. It was just like really, really small nips. But this is such a good lighting here with this nice overcast sky, which has been bringing all the good snakes out. The weather's been like this pretty much every day we've been out here. Look, just so low, the clouds, you can't even see the tops of the trees over there. And that's just perfect weather conditions for herping when you can see incredible snakes like this. Now, this is the definition of a white whale, like a really, really long-awaited lifer. Look at this weather we have here. Every afternoon, it's like the thickest clouds you can imagine. No wonder we got that octo. Wouldn't be surprised if we cruise something in the next like 40, 30 minutes here. Like you can't even see the tops of the trees anywhere. Look at that. That is a absolutely beautiful view there. That right there. Oh, let me crop out those houses. Yeah, that's what Borneo is all about right there. Here we go, guys. It's the last day of the trip. The final day of this ridiculous expedition. It has felt like a long time, but it actually hasn't been. Hopefully, there's some good stuff on the cards tonight, but regardless, that kukri snake today has already made the trip for me, and all the other finds combined are just ridiculous. All right, nothing on the road, so we're gonna get started on some jungle hiking, our final night here. Look at the size of these giant trees. The habitat here is just incredible, and there's so many species to find. Of course, we're looking for snakes, so find them is easier said than done. We're gonna give it our best shot, and let's see what shows up. We've been hiking for a while now without any success. We haven't seen one single snake, but that's no reason to get discouraged. That's just how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you find a lot of snakes at the beginning of the night and none later. And sometimes you find none at the beginning of the night and they start to show up later. The only thing you can do is keep searching. So I'm still in good spirits, expecting to see something in the very near future. No snakes yet, but beautiful trogon down here. Hasn't even woken up despite the fact I'm shining light and speaking right next to it. Such a cool bird though. Another non-snake is a rough-scaled sun skink, which I found inside a rotting log. Stubbed my hand in so we could get a look at it. Came out of a bunch of termites attached to my hand. But yeah, this is a nice little lizard that I don't show often on the channel, usually because they're just so fast in the daytime, always sprinting away. And there's our first snake of the night, and it's a big one. There is an absolutely monstrous Dendrophila annectens in there. Like, this thing is huge. You'll see when we get it out that that is absolutely giant. All right, here you go, guys. We moved it out to like a slightly better area as it wasn't great for filming where we caught it. And you can see this absolutely monstrous individual. And this was well worth the wait, getting a snake like this as our first one. Obviously for me, I see these all the time, but it was an absolute dream of the guys on this particular expedition to see a really large individual. Obviously we saw that juvenile earlier in the trip, but this is what everybody wanted. A huge, almost 2 meter long Dendrophila, which is so thick in the mid body, it's ridiculous. Like, just check this out. I don't know why I'm holding it so high like that. Very strange filming from me. But yeah, like these typical Dendrophila in this area, it's kind of chilled out, just very, very easy and fun to handle. And if you boop it on its nose, it always opens its mouth, but it's not really a striker. After the first few minutes that we held it, it wasn't like trying to bite at all, which is very, very Boiga-like. Absolutely beautiful. And we want to keep moving because hopefully we can turn up some more snakes. It took us a long time to get this one. Very, very long time. Almost 2 hours of walking with not a single snake, but we're on the board officially. All right, Dasha is officially the reed snake goat. I'm pretty sure she's spotted every single Calamaria species we found on this trip, all 4 of them. And she just added Calamaria heleniaci to the total, which this is the same species which made me bleed all over the freaking road in that video that went viral from a couple months back. And this one is like at least double the size of the one that did that to me. So I'm being so careful handling this. Look at him go. When they get old like this, they lose all their, actually you can just make out the very, very trace of the bands on the tail there. But otherwise they just become a pretty like bland snake. And because they're a reader, they never stop moving. So that's a classic. But snakes are officially out. We just got that Dendrophila and this back to back within 5 minutes. And that's exactly what I was saying in that clip earlier, that, you know, you can go, sometimes snakes just aren't active or you're just not having luck for a certain period. And I reckon we're going to pull up some more species tonight. This is a new one for the trip. Dude, this is insane. Look what Ale just spotted sleeping on a plant. That's a hatchling twin-barred flying snake. What the hell? A super, super rare species. I've only ever seen DOR before in Borneo. I've seen it a couple times in Thailand. But finding a hatchling, let alone sitting like this on a plant, is got to be one of the most like unlikely things to happen ever. When I first came over and saw this, I couldn't even figure out what the hell it was for a split second. I was just like, What is that? But we're gonna secure this to make sure it doesn't go anywhere, and then I'll shoot some more video later. But look at that insanely beautiful snake. All right, here it is in hand, and you can see it even better contrast against my fingers. The Bornean ones are nowhere near as pretty usually as the Thai and Peninsula Malaysia form, but as a juvenile, obviously they are. I don't know if I've ever even seen a picture of a hatchling Pileas before. Look how it's got like this ridiculously dark tail. And then towards the head, it looks more typical, but that is such a weird snake and so cool. Like, this trip just keeps on getting better and better. Wow. This is some of the highest water levels we've seen here in a while. And it hasn't been raining here for absolutely hours, not at all at night. It must be raining high up on the mountain a ton for it to come down like this here. Everything is like flooded down here. We were looking for a dragon snake in the swamp, and Dasha spotted this Opistotropis, and I was thinking about it just a few seconds ago, because on the last trip we also saw one in this swamp area, and people thought it might have been a dragon snake, and this exact same thing happened here. Gray snake swimming in the water, immediately assumed it was a dragon snake. I went closer and I saw this, which is, like I've said many times before, one of the most unremarkable snakes in the whole area. But it is kind of uncommon, as in people who aren't like herping like us and know where to look don't see them too often. And also it's very unique. It's a very strange aquatic snake, which, because of how much like water there is in the main rivers, seems to have taken to swimming mostly in this really swampy, shallow stuff. Oh, check it out. There's a Luctuosa, a Barbarana Luctuosa, just in that same area, and he's dug away. But yeah, that's species number 4 for our group tonight, and it's time to meet up with the others and see what they got. But unfortunately, the other guys had not seen anything new for us on that trip, and I didn't film anything more. I just wanted to hang out and say goodbye to the guys, as that was the very last night of the trip. But damn, this has got to be one of the craziest Rupert's Reptiles videos in a while. Just chaos, non-stop, amazing finds from start to finish. Thanks for watching.